Hello, my wonderful people. My name is Dasha Savage, and I'm a psychologist and the Women's Programs Facilitator. Welcome back to my podcast. Thank you very much for your patience. Unfortunately, I've been extremely busy at the university. This semester, I'm teaching 3 classes, so it's taken up all my time on top of all the family stuff and everything else. So really sorry for the delay. And finally back to your questions. Again, remember that you can send me your questions and I can answer them here anonymously. So check out the show notes to find my email and social media accounts. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always happy to help. And today's question comes from Amy. She says, "Hello, Dasha. A month ago, I gave birth to my wonderful baby, but I've been having thoughts of regret, realizing that my old self won't come back, and now I'll have to rebuild everything in a new way. How can I help myself to go through these life changes more easily?" Well, dear Amy, first of all, thank you so much for such a great question, and I appreciate your honesty because I know perfectly well how hard it is to admit and to confess those feelings even to yourself. When you're a young mother, everybody anticipates that you'll be joyful and happy and blessed with this new situation. However, it is very sad to lose your old self, and it's completely normal to miss your old life. So I really appreciate that you're being honest and that you're trying to care for yourself. That's already a wonderful, beautiful attitude. But unfortunately, it is true. The life you knew before, it will not continue in the same way. And unfortunately, so many people, especially women, they keep the illusion. They keep living as if they are the ones they used to be, and it's just not true. It is sad because our bodies change, our way of living changes, everything changes. But at some point, I heard an interesting metaphor that helped me to say goodbye to my older self and to stop being tragically sad about losing it. I heard that it doesn't make sense to walk through life with your face turned backwards. And again, if you visualize it, it kind of just doesn't look right when you go forward, but your face is constantly looking backwards. Yeah, looking to your older self, to the, light, giggling, joyful girl you used to be, and there were no troubles and everything was wonderful and you could hang out with your friends and have fun and just be happy and merry. But the problem is that version does not exist anymore. So you have a choice. You can either miss that person for years and long for it and be sad, or you can turn your face around and look into the future version of yourself, the one who is different for sure, but maybe that future version is happier and even more interesting than the one you used to be. But the sad part is that until you say goodbye to that old version, you can't look at the future one because your face is turned backwards. So again, it's normal. It's normal to miss your old self. It's normal to admire the previous life you had. But it's important to put the period there, to put the dot. Just admit that that version is basically gone for good. And even when you go to a party, when you, hire a nanny and go have fun with friends, which is wonderful, still you will never have the same fun that you used to have before children, simply because you are a different person. You will be having different kind of fun, and it is completely normal. And here it's important to notice what emotions arise when you think about it. Is it sadness? Is it fear? Anxiety maybe? Maybe you're simply nostalgic in a light way. But all of them are completely normal. every single day. Yeah, every day we gain something, we let go of something else, and it's part of life. We choose one path, so it means we naturally don't choose others, and that's completely okay. So again, if you look back on the period of life that's ending now, you should remember what was joyful, what exactly was valuable, what was meaningful there. What is it that you want to take with you from now on? The experiences, the memories, maybe some people you love that will remain part of you. Yeah, it's important to acknowledge that there were some good parts, and some of them you will have to say goodbye to. I wonder why in our culture we kind of lost the institution of initiation. A lot of cultures still have those. It used to be pretty significant in almost every society that we know of. There were very clear paths and points, like turning points in women's lives, in men's lives, when they kind of were initiated to the next step. For example, when you get your first period, you say goodbye to being a little girl, and now you become a young woman capable of having children, ready to get married. So there used to be a very clear turning point, and people were celebrating it. In Mexico, for example, there's still a holiday celebrating the first period, kind of meaning this new step in life. Then all these wedding traditions that came. Today it seems like, we're so used to them, but if you look historically into the history of the wedding traditions, all those customs there for the same reason, for the same purpose, to basically initiate the young woman into her new quality, being a wife, being the mother of children. So every single turning point in life was celebrated, and there was a very clear boundary in the way people looked and the way people behaved. So everything was different. In modern days, all those borders, all those boundaries, all those clear steps, they were all erased. That's why some people, for literally their entire life, they keep living in the illusion of their younger self. And I'm sure I'm not trying to be offensive, but it's usually very clear, especially when the woman used to be extremely beautiful and kind of she made her appearance her entire personality. That's the whole other topic, but just briefly, it's very hard for those people to let go of their former self. And sometimes it's getting to the point where they start looking ridiculous. Again, not to offend anyone, like age phobic or something. No, it's not about that. But I hope you understand what I mean. So when the person clearly did not get initiated to that next step of her life, and she's just in her, let's say, 60s, trying to cling onto the version of, 20s, it doesn't sound right. It just doesn't look right. Nothing about it is right. It's again walking through life with your face turned backwards. Where was I? I got distracted. So we lost all of those institutions of initiation. So it's important for our mind to just have this click that I am not that person I used to be anymore. So the new stage of my life started. So maybe look into that. Doing meditation practices, initiating you specifically into the new version. All kinds of programs are there. Maybe I need to come up with my own program about that. I don't know, but I can barely find time to do everything else. So maybe in a couple of years. So yeah, again, it's completely normal to miss your old life. And at the same time, you can feel love and just admiration of your new wonderful baby. It doesn't mean feelings can't, coexist. So sadness and joy at the same time, fear and excitement at the same time. Those feelings don't cancel each other. Right? So it's completely normal to be happy about having a baby, and it's normal to feel what you're feeling now. Sadness and regret. That's what emotional honesty looks like in the first place. Another thing I want to mention, please don't try to be the so-called perfect mother right away, because this is 100% what a lot of women fall into, this trap of trying to be the perfect mother, because we learn day by day. This motherhood experience is growing together with the child. So you don't have to have it all figured out immediately and instantly. This might be adding up to the negative thoughts you're having. So yes, you are a mother now, and it's a wonderful new role, but you still remain yourself. And there are two extremes, trying to cling on those childless, happy, problemless, if I might say so, young girl, and this new serious mother figure. Yeah, so there are two extremes, and none of them should be there. You are someone in between. Yes, you are a mother, but you're also still young, beautiful woman who has other interests, who has other hobbies, other people in her life other than the child. So don't cling to a single role right now. You are just adding a new role, a new dimension. So, and it all comes together with all the many wonderful, bright other roles you're playing in life. You're still you. You're just carrying yourself into this new wonderful chapter of your life with this new little person that you have there. So I wish you beautiful, gentle motherhood. And again, since you're asking these questions, it means that you are already a great, emotionally intelligent mother. So you're already doing amazing. And again, nothing wrong with missing your old self when it doesn't get into extreme levels. So enjoy your new role, and I wish you all the wonderful things in your future motherhood and your future life in general. Thank you so much. That's it for today. And again, if you have questions, please check out the show notes and send your questions. I'll be happy to answer. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.